You're hiking through the remote Australian outback. The sun is brutal, the ground is dry, and somewhere in the scrub ahead of you, something is watching. You don't see it, you don't hear it, and if it bites you, you have minutes, not hours, before that venom starts shutting your body down. One snake on this list carries enough venom in a single bite to theoretically kill over 100 people. 100. And here's the twist. It's probably not the snake you're thinking of. Today, we're counting down the 10 most venomous snakes in the world. Stick around because number 1 is going to surprise you. Before we get into it, let's get one thing straight, because most people get this wrong. These snakes are venomous, not poisonous. Venom is injected. Poison is ingested or absorbed through the skin. A frog can be poisonous. A snake injects you. Different thing. Your science teacher would want you to know that. Now, to rank these snakes, scientists use something called the LD50, the median lethal dose. It measures how little venom it takes to kill half of a test population of mice. The lower the number, the more potent the venom. And just so we're clear, this list ranks by venom potency, not by how many people a snake actually kills. That distinction is going to matter a lot by the time we reach number 1. Kicking off our list is the king cobra, the longest venomous snake on Earth, reaching up to 18 feet in length. Found across South and Southeast Asia, this snake is in a category of its own when it comes to sheer presence. It can rear up, spread its hood, and look you directly in the eye. When a king cobra bites, it doesn't just inject venom, it injects a massive volume of it, enough in a large bite to kill an elephant. Its venom is primarily neurotoxic, attacking the nervous system and causing respiratory failure. It ranks 10th on our list, not because it's harmless, it absolutely isn't, but because when you measure potency drop for drop, the snakes ahead of it are in a different league entirely. Number 9 is the Russell's viper, one of the most dangerous snakes in Asia, and a member of India's notorious Big Four. The 4 snakes responsible for the overwhelming majority of snakebite deaths across South Asia. Found throughout India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and beyond, the Russell's viper tends to live in agricultural areas where it comes into frequent contact with people. That's a problem, because this snake is aggressive when disturbed, and its venom is brutal. It's hemotoxic, meaning it attacks the blood. A bite triggers uncontrolled internal bleeding, blood clotting failure, and organ shutdown. It kills tens of thousands of people annually, and in many rural areas, antivenom simply isn't available fast enough. It's not the most potent venom on this list, but it is one of the most consequential. Speaking of consequential, number 8 is the saw-scaled viper, and this small snake holds a grim distinction. It is responsible for more human deaths than any other snake species on the planet. Found across Africa, the Middle East, India, and parts of Southeast Asia, the saw-scaled viper is the perfect storm of danger. It's small, so people don't see it. It's camouflaged, so people step on it. It lives near human populations, so encounters are frequent. And when threatened, it doesn't back down. It produces a distinctive rasping sound by rubbing its scales together right before it strikes. Its venom is hemotoxic and causes severe hemorrhaging. Again, it ranks 8th by potency, but by body count, nothing on Earth comes close. Number 7 is the snake that has haunted nightmares across Africa for generations, the black mamba. Named not for its skin color, which is actually olive to gray, but for the jet black inside of its mouth, which it displays as a warning right before it strikes. The black mamba is Africa's fastest snake, capable of moving at speeds approaching 12 miles per hour, fast enough to outpace a running human over short distances. 2 drops of its venom are enough to kill an adult. Without antivenom, a bite is nearly 100% fatal, and death can occur within hours. It earns its place on this list not just by potency, but by behavior. Fast, alert, and highly defensive. This is a snake that commands respect. Number 6 brings us back to Australia, which, as you may be noticing, produces an extraordinary number of the world's most dangerous snakes. The coastal taipan is one of the most venomous snakes on the continent and one of the fastest striking snakes in the world. Before antivenom was developed in 1955, a bite from a coastal taipan carried a fatality rate approaching 100%. It has enormous fangs for a snake its size, can strike multiple times in rapid succession, and delivers a venom that is powerfully neurotoxic. Its LD50 of approximately 0.106 milligrams per kilogram puts it firmly in the top 10 by potency. With antivenom and rapid treatment, survival is possible, but without it, your odds are not good. Alright, if those 6 made you a little uneasy, good, because the top 5 are on a completely different level of dangerous. And number 1, it might genuinely be the last snake you'd ever expect to top this list. Let's keep going. Number 5 is the blue crate, found across South and Southeast Asia, and it has a particularly unsettling habit. It tends to bite people while they're asleep. The blue crate is nocturnal, and it's been known to enter homes at night, crawling into bedding where it bites its victim with very little sensation. People have woken up hours later with no memory of being bitten, already deep into envenomation. Its venom is potently neurotoxic, causing progressive paralysis and, without treatment, respiratory failure. The untreated fatality rate sits between 50 and 70%. Even with anti-venom, treatment is a race against the clock. It is a snake that operates in the dark, quietly, and that's exactly what makes it so terrifying. At number 4, we have the many-banded krait, also known as the Taiwanese krait or Chinese krait, and it is one of the most lethally venomous snakes in all of Asia. Found across Southeast Asia and southern China, this striking black and white banded snake has an LD50 of approximately 0.09 to 0.108 milligrams per kilogram, making it the most toxic of all krait species. The Taiwan National Poison Control Center recorded that between 2002 and 2012, 80% of all snakebite deaths caused by respiratory failure in the country were from the many-banded krait. There is a documented case of a single snake biting 3 people consecutively. All 3 died from respiratory failure before reaching the hospital. Like its cousin, the blue krait, it is nocturnal, often encountered in residential areas at night, and frequently mistaken for a harmless species until it's far too late. Number 3 is the eastern brown snake. And if you live in Australia, this one is relevant to your daily life in a way that should probably concern you. The eastern brown is responsible for more snakebite deaths in Australia than any other species, and it doesn't live in remote wilderness. It lives in farmland, in suburban gardens, in places where people are. With an LD50 of approximately 0.053 milligrams per kilogram, it is the second most venomous land snake in the world. Its venom is a complex cocktail, neurotoxic, coagulotoxic, and capable of triggering sudden cardiovascular collapse. It's also fast, aggressive when threatened, and responsible for the fact that Australia consistently features some of the most dangerous wildlife on Earth. As the saying goes, everything in Australia is trying to kill you. The eastern brown is not helping that reputation. At number 2, we have a snake that most people have never heard of, the Dubois Sea Snake, found in the coastal waters of the Indo-Pacific, from Australia to New Caledonia. According to Guinness World Records, the Dubois Sea Snake holds the title of the most venomous sea snake in the world, with an LD50 of approximately 0.04 milligrams per kilogram. To put that in perspective, it takes an extraordinarily small amount of its venom to be lethal. The venom causes rapid muscle breakdown and can trigger kidney failure and respiratory paralysis. Fortunately, bites on humans are rare. The Dubois sea snake spends its life in the ocean, targeting fish, and has little interest in people. But should you encounter one, and it does bite, the amount of venom required to cause a life-threatening envenomation is alarmingly small. It is a snake of quiet, oceanic lethality, and it sits at number 2 for very good reason. And here we are, number 1, the most venomous snake in the world, the inland taipan, also called the fierce snake. Found in the remote, arid floodplains of Central Australia, this relatively modest-looking snake holds a scientific record that no other land snake on Earth can match. Its LD50 is approximately 0.025 milligrams per kilogram, the lowest ever recorded for any land snake. Its venom is estimated to be around 50 times more toxic than the Indian cobra, and roughly 10 times more toxic than the western diamondback rattlesnake. A single bite from an inland taipan can yield a maximum of around 110 milligrams of venom. Based on LD50 extrapolation, scientists estimate that amount is theoretically sufficient to kill more than 100 adult humans. That is not a comfortable number to sit with. And yet, here is the twist that makes this snake genuinely fascinating. There are no confirmed human fatalities ever recorded from an inland taipan bite. None. Because this snake, despite having the most potent venom of any land animal on Earth, is extraordinarily reclusive. It lives in one of the most remote regions of Australia. It avoids humans entirely. It doesn't want a confrontation. It wants to hunt small mammals in the Australian outback, completely unbothered. Compare that to the saw-scaled viper at number 8, far less toxic venom, but responsible for more human deaths than any other snake species on the planet. And you start to understand the critical difference between potency and danger. The inland taipan is the most venomous snake in the world. It is also a snake that wants nothing to do with you, the most lethal animal by one measure, the most peaceful by another. So there you have it. Now you know exactly which snake holds the title. And more importantly, you understand why toxicity and deadliness are two very different things. The biggest takeaway here: if you ever cross paths with a venomous snake, do not try to handle it, chase it, or kill it. The majority of snakebite victims are bitten doing exactly that. Leave it alone, and it will almost certainly leave you alone. If you found this video valuable, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments which snake surprised you the most. I'll see you in the next one.